Hello and welcome to my series Iconological and Temple Architectural Perspectives. In this contest, we are going to visit today Prasanna Virupaksha or underground Shiva temple. Why it is special? What is the unique of it? We'll know it very shortly. We are going to visit it and we have to find each and every details of it, why it is a unique temple. And also we are going to find out that it was found fairly recent. That is in 1980 they found it. So it is a fairly recent achievement of Archaeological Society of India. But in spite of that, let's see how wonderful it is. Hampi is very important, not only from those who follow religion, but also for those who follow history and for also those who want to know why India was called as the most prosperous country in the world. Why Vijayanagar was called as the richest town, richer than Rome at its time, that is in 15th century. So for that it has to meet certain criteria. It has to have a biggest trading center. It was the biggest trading center in Asia as far as horses, diamonds, gold, silver are concerned. Not only that, it was also a biggest market for the weapons, then also for those who want to sell their horses, then the camels, believe it, camel I said, even camels were sold here, and the city was so prosperous that it had a supermarket of diamonds, silver and gold separately, horse market separately, so also a market of pan supari, that was also a separate big market having stalls, hundreds of stalls were there. Now all these things were attracting many foreign visitors. Is it that the only place for trading? No, it was also a historical place. A lot of events mentioned in Puranas and Ramayanas have occurred here. This was a Kishkinda in Puranas. In Ramayana, it was the birthplace of Lord Hanumana. It was a kingdom of Vali and Sugriva's, and Prabhu Ramachandra has stayed here while going to Sri Lanka for a couple of days. He has worshipped here Shiva, whose temple is still there, and also there are many other architectural, iconological, temple designing point of view, like a Vithala temple which has got a musical pillar. Here there are plates which can sing. After Vithala temple, you can also see big Gopuram that was there in the Hampi. Big Gopuram, singing pillars of Vithala, and also royal enclosures. Now royal enclosures means it was a king's palace and a place for activity at that time. You can see ruins, but that can give you how much gorgeous it would have been. We have heard of stories of Telani Ram and Krishna Dev Raya, which has occurred here. Now here there are big elephant stables, which means that they have large number of elephants with them. They were having processions of horses, elephants there in front of stable. Then they have a large zanana, which was including a lotus palace. Then also there is Queen's Bath, summer palaces. Their queens were staying absolutely in comfort. And what kings were doing? Every day morning they were going for war exercises. That was in front of elephant stable, where they had teachers right from Mongolia. So they are learning all arts of war here. And you can also see certain pushpakaranis, that is wells, the designing of which is at such a geometry and with such a preciseness that you will be just stunned looking at it. And believe it, it was constructed in a very short time. Go anywhere in the town, you will find a Gopuram of Virupaksha temple. Go anywhere in town, you will see hills of the Matinga hills, then Hanuman birthplace, that is Anjanadri hills. So also many temples, many supermarkets. So do visit Hampi after a brief idea. Main aim of our series is to give you a brief idea about multiple monuments. However, that is not possible to cover in one lecture. Therefore, we have got multiple lectures. Stay tuned to us, see our multiple videos, subscribe to us and enjoy the wealth of knowledge and know why India was the most powerful, why Vijayanagara Samrajya was most powerful, why it was the largest supermarket, why it was attracting tourists all throughout, and what was the technological advances. Let's get going to each topic. Now it is situated in Hampi In Hampi, everything is at short distance, walking distances, so we can very easily walk. This is a board, Shiva temple. It's really in a beautiful nature. You will find tall trees, beautiful lawns, a clean premises, and really a wonderful temple which we are going to see. Let's see first why it is called Prasanna Virupaksha temple. It is one of the oldest temple in Hampi. Built during the region of Vijayanagara Empire, the temple is located near the main road. The Hampi bus stand is close and nobleman's quarters after Chandikeshwara temple are close to it. It is one of the popular temple that are visited by tourists on the Hampi trail. Whenever whosoever are coming to Hampi, whether Indian or outsiders, it is on their itinerary. They visit it, they see it and they appreciate it. It is not just an underground temple, but it is a temple which is within the water. That is the 24 hours of a day, 365 days of a year, there is water around. The inner portion of the shrine is always filled with water, and that is a very speciality of Shiva's temple. It is considered to be very high in energy. That's why it is compared with atomic reactors, and that's why it is always surrounded by water as that of the atomic reactors. So this also is underground, surrounded by water to keep it cool. It's a very high energy area. According to a theory, the water of Tungabhadra river that flows inside through a canal is rotated around this in the earlier days, but nowadays there is no such communication found. It is directly a source of water, is just a underground water. This temple is constructed below the ground level, hence it is famous as the underground Shiva temple. Here Lord Shiva is called as Prasanna Virupaksha. Therefore, it is also known as Prasanna Virupaksha temple in Hampi. Now, what is the history of Prasanna Virupaksha temple? The Prasanna Virupaksha temple dates back to 14th century. The temple is dedicated to Prasanna Virupaksha, an avatara of Lord Shiva. The temple stands amongst the beautiful lawn. Then there are beautiful large trees and a beautiful nature around. You will really find it as the absolute relaxing place. The temple has remained buried over 400 years before it was discovered in 1980s. It is believed that Vijayanagara rulers, that is Krishna Devaraya, had donated extensively to this temple. According to some people, these temples were exclusively for the royal families. The location of the temple and its proximity to the nobleman's quarter indicate that the temple might have been used by the members of the royal family of the Vijayanagara for their private ceremonies, because it was closer, because it was within their enclosures. Then why it is known as underground? For obvious reason. An interesting fact about the temple is that it is located a few meters below the ground level. The roof of the temple is at the ground level, while the main structures of the temple stands on the low-lying areas. The reason behind such unique location for the construction of the temple is not known. The sanctum of the temple remains submerged under stagnant water throughout the year. During the monsoon, that is from the June to August, the water level rises inside. The temple is submerged in the floor of the Mahamandapa, and other mandapas are also submerged in the water. So nobody is allowed there. There is restricted entry of the visitors to these areas in the monsoon, that is when it is filled with the water. The water inside the temple is considered to be sacred by the devotee of the Lord Shiva. They feel that water of Tungabhadra is coming here directly, and that might be true to some extent. That's why they take it as the holy water. The temple has been constructed following the Vijayanagara style of architecture. The temple is simple, beautiful structures located inside a large courtyard surrounded by an enclosure walls. There is a water canal in the courtyard of the temple. The underground Shiva temple has a flat roofed main tower. There are steps leading to the main tower, to the main pillared hall of the temple. The temple has a Garbhagriha along with Antara. The temple has also an Ardha Mandapa and a Mahamandapa. The Mahamandapa has pillared corridors that combines with a pillared Mukhamandapas. These two combinedly makes for a huge pillared frontal mandapas. The frontal mandapa also has a Dhwaja Stambha that protrudes through the rooftop. The pillars of the temple are simple and they are not carved unlike other temples. They are very simple and most of them are crudely, you can say, as compared to the other temples, but that indicate that it is from the earlier dates. The temple is believed to be a private shrine for the members of the Vijayanagara family. Once upon a time, the inner shrine is said to have a lingam. Today, the sanctum is empty and there always is submerged in water. Visitors can only explore inside during the summer months. No one can go inside during monsoon months from August to October. However, the inner shrine remains submerged throughout the year. These are some of the most interesting facts about this temple, which we are revising. Now, the sanctum of the temple once had an idol of Lord Shiva, but today there remains an empty pedestal. Some parts of the temple are accessible during the summer season, but the inner shrine remains flooded throughout the year. During monsoon, most of the parts of the temple become inaccessible due to rain. The stone pillars are plain and devoid of any ornamental carvings, but it is a thrill to wade through the knee-deep water and reach the inner shrine. The inner shrine has a dark area where nothing can be seen clearly, that we are going to see in photographs. Now let's see. This is the exterior from where you walk inside. There is a small walk of around, say, half a kilometer before we reach, but it's a beautiful way. Vehicles are not allowed and you can walk down, but it is absolutely a greenery and trees. From here you are started seeing a temple. Now first I told you it is the underground, so you'll have to go step down from ground level. Now here you start seeing the Mukha Mandapa, Ardha Mandapa and Antara, followed by Garbhagriha. So we are going to enter it step by step, all these things. It's a beautiful, clean, well-kept premises. Guards are always there to take care. Now since you have to walk inside the water, you will have to remove shoes. Though there is no active pujas going on, but still because of the water and all, and as a respect to the god, we should not wear footwears when we go inside. Now here we are seeing there is water everywhere. These are the pillars which I told you are not very decorated, but they have got their own way of elegance. Also it indicates that it is one of the earliest constructed temples. Now see how beautiful it is. Once you go inside, you walk a couple of half a kilometer, but you'll forget everything. And once you start going inside, there is absolutely a darkness. Here the light is coming because of the outside and it is open from the sides. Now we started. Once we come to the Nandi, we are approaching near Shiva, and Nandi always faces Shiva. Now from here we go inside. It is absolutely dark. No flash are allowed since it is ASI, and photography is really difficult here, but the beauty within dark also you can appreciate. I am sure I have given you a good idea about the underground Shiva temple, and you must have been fascinated. If you have seen it, you will recollect it. In case if I missed something, please let me know, and if I added you into the knowledge, then give us a like, and if you feel you should see more videos like this, subscribe us. Thank you, goodbye and take care. See you again in next video.